Hi, today on Respond, we're going to share, discuss, and invite you to become involved in another great ministry opportunity at Lee Park Church, Giving with Thanks. The leadership team will join us and talk about the vision and the purpose for what I call GWT, Giving with Thanks. And we'll share the different opportunities that we have for you to become involved, to reconnect with the church as we love our community, as we reach out to our community, and as we share with our community. This leadership team has been involved with Giving with Thanks at Lee Park for about 5 years now. And without their help, their persistent leadership, without their vision and their hard work, this ministry would not be possible. So let's get to it. First, I have the leadership team members, Amber McCraw and Stacy Swallows. Glad to have you with us today, ladies, on Respond. Thank you. This is kind of cool, isn't it? We added something today. Did you notice? Have you watched our other episodes of Respond? Your husband was on the first one.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes, he was. So he got me started in this.
All right.
And I was nervous because it was like the Jared McCraw, you know, it was like, anyway. Now I got the Amber McCraw. McCraw. I said that right. Y'all make sure you get it right, by the way, if you ever say her name. And Stacy Swallows with us too. We decorated today. I've got pumpkins because we're going to talk about something really cool. We got like food back here, items. We're going to talk about Giving with Thanks, as I said earlier, and these are my team members. We're going to have them on with us, and they're going to share the different aspects of Giving with Thanks. First of all, thank y'all for being part of this leadership team. You guys have been on Giving with Thanks for about 5 years now. It's been part of Lee Park and what we do in the ministry at Lee Park, and it's been an awesome time. I mean, God has richly blessed in tremendous ways what we're doing. So what do you feel is the purpose? What do we accomplish when we serve in Giving with Thanks?
Well, we feed the community and with groceries and hot food for Thanksgiving. But what I think about is the greater message. We are sharing the love of Christ, and we are not just leaving them with food. We leave them with a pamphlet from the church that tells about the church and Jesus and having a relationship with Him. So that's, I feel like, is what we want to accomplish. To show them love through food at Thanksgiving, but the greater message is for them to see the love of Christ in us. And if they do not have that relationship with Christ, hopefully we can plant a seed and they will come to know Christ through our Giving with Thanks.
That's true, and that's a great point. Also, and I'm not sure, maybe, Stacy, you thought of this, I'm not really sure, but we also put in the bags that we deliver the first Thanksgiving, what the meaning of Thanksgiving is, because we deliver a lot to our Hispanic community, and obviously they don't really understand it because they're not, they may not be from the United States of America, and so it's not a celebration of theirs,
Right.
which is great. And so we put it in Spanish. We have it written in Spanish on the back side of that so they can understand what we do and what we celebrate, and that is the fact that God does bless us abundantly. And so we call it Giving with Thanks because we're giving back just a little bit of in thanksgiving of what God does for us. So very well put, Amber, thank you. Anything else you want to add to that? Now, what is your responsibility in Giving with Thanks? Tell me
Well, I mean, I feel like we work as a team and we all have our own responsibilities and it comes together. It's like a well-oiled machine now. I mean, do we get it right every single year? No, but we learn from it. We learn from our shortcomings or whatever happens, running out of corn or, you know, turkey.
Our containers.
Our containers. But we don't focus on that. We work together. And I feel my role is to organize the volunteers for the kitchen.
Yeah.
And we cook in the kitchen. It used to be for several days, but we've got it down to maybe a day and a half now. So we slice turkey and do rolls on Tuesday night, and on Wednesday we cook the hot food, and it's awesome to see all of our volunteers work, and we couldn't do it without our volunteers. And then also I try to recruit donations for desserts.
Right, I was going to say you're the cake
the cake lady,
yeah,
yes.
Okay, cake lady here.
And I mean, won't God do it? We start out like with Monday with like 25 cakes, and every year we're like, Amber, we need more cakes. I'm like, they'll come. They will
start
come.
messaging your people
They will
and get it on
come.
Facebook, and then it's like.
I've had my family drop off cakes. I've had people who they don't even live in Union County come drop off cakes just to help the greater, just share the message and the mission we're trying to accomplish. So,
Awesome.
Yes.
Great. A couple of things to consider as we're talking about this. In a minute, we're going to have Neva on with us too, who's one of our leadership team, and Tracy, who will not be here today, but she's part of that. Really,
Yes,
you two work together
we do.
on the pre-week event. Just know this, if you sign up to help this year with Giving with Thanks, we are going to be COVID responsible. We're going to be careful in the way we deliver, in the way we cook, in the way we prepare, making sure everyone is safe. We've discussed this in many meetings, making sure everyone is safe in all of this that we do. So don't hesitate to sign up this year to volunteer. So Stacy, tell me
Yes.
what do you do in Giving with Thanks? What is the big part of it?
Well, I am the contact with the DSS where we get our names, and I coordinate with Gloria there.
Tell me something about that. We get our names of the families who have signed up through DSS, Department
Correct.
of Social Services.
Right.
So they're obviously in need, and they sign up, and then we get the contacts from them.
We do. We also get contacts from the community. Anybody that we know of in the church or in our community, we want to help as many as we can. And then I work with Neva and Matt Helms to set up the mapping and scheduling of when it's going out, where it's going. And then Tracy and I work as a team to do all the shopping, all the grocery planning, and we get volunteers to come in and pack the bags on Monday night so they're ready to go for Wednesday when we go out. And then on the big day, I guess we can call it, Neva and I help coordinate teams of volunteers to go out and fill cars and take the groceries to the cars and get them out to the deserving families that we give hope to.
And you talked about shopping, and I know we get a lot of our groceries. Some of them are donated from
Yes.
like the local grocery stores, Walmart, Food Line, whoever in the area would donate. Is great. And the reason we do that, we tried in the past to collect canned goods, and I know many organizations do that, but then you get expired cans, you get old cans, you get cans that don't match in the bags. We have to be careful how we stack them. So what we ask is, instead of donating cans, just donate financially. And you'll find that link as we're talking about how you can give to Giving with Thanks Ministry and help support that, because I think this year, probably more than any that we've done this, and I've done this in years past with other organizations, more people are going to be in need, more people are hurting, more people probably need to know about Jesus, and that He is the foundation, which is what we talk about on Respond all the time, that trust that we have in Christ and in God. They need to know that. So more than ever, I think, let's see, last year you said we were just talking about that, 275 families we
Yes.
got this
It was
year.
just over
we're
1,200 people.
1,200 people. This year we're looking at
About 470 families.
so we're looking at doubling the numbers. So if you have given in the past, please give again. Lee Park, that's one thing about Lee Park this year through COVID, from March, the middle of March, all through this, they have been so generous in giving to help the community and support what we do. And so continue to do so. Continue to help. This is another opportunity for you to reach out into our community. What else, Stacy, do you have to add to that?
Well, I just like that we give these families hope. Some of them don't have family or they're just down, and we can go in and lift them up in prayer and just give them hope that somebody in the community is thinking about them, that, you know, they're not alone out there.
Yeah.
And in this time with COVID, I think it's especially important.
Absolutely. Great.
Yeah.
Anything else to add to what you're saying before we bring Neva out?
Well, you know, you mentioned the volunteers and donations, and I want everyone to remember that there's something for everybody. Even, I know Thanksgiving is a busy time. Hopefully you get to spend that time with your family, but if you're out of town, you can drop off cakes or desserts, you know, Sunday, Monday. You can make a donation online if you're out of town. So if you can't physically be here for us to, you know, to volunteer on Wednesday, there's something for everyone, I feel like. So, and we need
We need prayer too.
all of that
Make sure
support.
just,
Absolutely.
you know.
Great.
Absolutely.
Well, good. We're going to say bye to Amber McCraw and say hey to Neva Helms in just a moment. So stick around, don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
So now part 2 of Respond, Giving with Thanks. I've got joining us, Amber left, and so now Neva Helms. Neva and her husband Matt are a big part of the team of Giving with Thanks. I have to let you know this up front, and she's going to share really what she is called to do with Giving with Thanks. But Neva is an organizer, and she makes sure, because Tracy and Stacy and Amber and I, we see things, we want to make it happen, and we're just like, well, just do it. Well, Neva has a great talent of bringing us back in and saying, okay, let's talk about this, and let's make sure it's going to work. And we're thankful for that, because we need that in this team. So thank you. Tell us now what you and Matt do, the driving part. That's what we want to talk about, the drivers.
Okay, well, my husband, or Matt and I, we coordinate the drivers, and Matt will take the list from DSS that he gets from Stacy, and Stacy, tell them the big word of what they
Yes,
do.
the word of the day is concatenate. My husband
y'all hear
Rich
that?
takes the list and concatenates the data so it's all in the right grouping so Matt can easily map it out.
Yeah.
And then what Matt will do is he will then take the driver list and he will create routes for the drivers to go on. So some drivers may be delivering to 2 people and some may be delivering to 5 people. You don't know until the day, well, really until the routes are created. But Matt's in charge of that, and then I'm in charge of recruiting and coordinating drivers. And then also on the day of Giving with Thanks, I also hand out the driver packet. I usually stand outside the building with a kid that's usually dressed in a turkey costume and waves at people. And it's lots of fun. And the exciting part about my job is the day of Giving with Thanks, volunteers drive up and they don't know who they're driving to deliver meals to, where they're going, but they are just there and they are ready to serve. And the look on their face of excitement, and you can just see the love that they have that they want to share with other people. It's awesome. So I love that part of my job.
We're talking probably on average 100 drivers every year, and the way you organize those, and I would say out of every year 100 drivers, maybe 1, maybe 2 have an issue. And the biggest thing is probably just trying to find addresses. And what we have found in our family, we're maybe supposed to deliver to this house and no one's there and there's nothing. So we just go to the house next door. And that's like an extra special blessing. So that's really cool. So being a driver, it's safe so far. It's been safe.
It's been safe.
Nothing's, and it's easy. And you guys, the work you put into it when you can concatenate the names, it helps us get to the homes quickly. Thank the Lord for GPS now on our phones. We find them quickly, takes us right to it. So that's what you do, and then help organize us also. What else do we need to talk about today?
Well, I think that when the drivers go and deliver the meals, it's been a blessing for them too. Not only are they
my
being
goodness,
a blessing
yes.
to others, but they're also receiving a blessing, because a lot of people have shared their stories of when they've gone to the houses, and a lot of times, people are crying because they're just so thankful for receiving that food and the love and the prayers. Sometimes people will pray, the drivers will pray with the families. Sometimes the kids are just jumping up and down in excitement of all the food that comes to their house. So it's a real blessing. So that's
I remember we've
huge
actually
impact.
had a family or 2 adopt families for the whole year. Like they would adopt the family that they had, took them to other events, brought them to Christmas, the Christmas concert, other things. That's really cool too. So yeah, it is a blessing. I never have anybody walk away going, I wish I would have never done this. It is.
I remember also a church service where it was Pastor Miguel. He spoke about a man or a woman he came into
Yes.
contact with. I don't know if you want to talk about
No, go
that.
ahead.
But her husband was impacted greatly by Giving with Thanks, and that stuck with him, the love that he had. So just from people coming to his house and delivering food, and had an impact on him before he died. So that was a great.
Absolutely.
I think too it has a good impact on our kids. Like I know I've heard stories of young kids going with their parents to deliver, and seeing how other people live in the community and how they can help and how they can bring joy. It's
Absolutely.
really a learning experience for the children.
So everything that we need folks to help on Saturday who will pick up the food from the groceries from the grocery stores that we go to, the stores, bring those here and help to unload the trailer. It doesn't take very long, but it does take some manpower. And then also throughout the week. So we'll share those links with you where you can sign up and help. Ladies, anything else you can think of that we need to discuss?
We just need a lot of drivers this
Great,
year, because
yes.
we're delivering a lot more meals
That's
this
true.
year. So.
Absolutely. We'll share that information in just a moment. You'll find that and also in other places too. Thanks for being here with us today, ladies.
Thank
Thanks for having us.
So there you have it. Great information today from our Giving with Thanks team. Ways that you can become involved. We're going to share those on our Facebook page, on our website. You'll find it in the Giving with Thanks group, the link where you can connect and sign up to help. We're not asking you to do everything. Some of you may want to cook, you may want to pack bags, you may want to deliver to these precious families in our community. Maybe you can help that Saturday and just pick up all the groceries, trailer full of groceries, and bring those back to Lee Park as we store them and get ready to cook and prepare the deliveries. So thanks again for watching. And as we want to continue to survive in this time, as Lee Park responds to the situations that we face in our country and in the world, we want to be reminded of Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, that we continue to trust in the Lord with all of our heart and lean not on our understanding. God will make your path straight. Trust Him, trust Him, trust Him. Have a great day. I'm Pastor Sam Phipps.